Hey Rohan, have you ever read about Mahatma Gandhi? I was going through some articles and I'm really amazed by his life story.
Yeah, I know a bit about him. He's called the father of the nation in India, right? What part of his story caught your attention?
Oh, there's so much. But I think what really stood out to me was how he used nonviolence, or ahimsa, to fight against British rule. Like, can you imagine leading a whole independence movement without resorting to violence?
Yeah, that's incredible. I remember reading about the Salt March he led in 1930. He walked over 240 miles with his followers to protest the British salt tax. It was such a simple act, but it had such a huge impact.
Exactly. And the best part was how he encouraged ordinary people to join the movement. It wasn't just about the leaders, but about every single person standing up against injustice. He made everyone feel like they could make a difference.
True, he really knew how to connect with people. Yeah, and his influence wasn't just limited to India. Did you know that he inspired leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela? They used his principles of non-violence in their own struggles for equality and freedom.
Yes, that's amazing to think about. His philosophy reached far beyond India. But it's also sad that he faced so much resistance from some people in his own country, especially around the time of partition.
Yeah, that part of history is really tragic. Despite his efforts to maintain unity between Hindus and Muslims, the violence during the partition must have been heartbreaking for him. And then he was assassinated in 1948 by Nathuram Godse. It's such a bitter end to a life that was dedicated to peace.
But his legacy lives on, you know? People still look up to his values today. The way he fought for justice and equality through peaceful means is something the world needs to remember, especially now.
Absolutely. I think it's up to us to keep his message alive, not just by reading about him, but by trying to practice his values of truth and non-violence in our own lives. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Well said, Rohan. I guess that's the true tribute to him. Learning from his life and trying to make a difference, even if it's in small ways.